Well, don't sleep on us. This is the DMV Sports 3, aka the OGs of the DMV. Down below, I got my man, the Deacon, all over the place defending Dan the Snyder. He can't get no righter. Then I got to my left over here is the man, Big Al. He's going to do a deep dive on what's going on, folks. But what we try to do is make sure that you get the best content. And those of you who are just joining us for the first time, make sure you understand we have to. Let's get it.
There ain't no bloods, no crips, no lords, no disciples. Just thugs with mugs, with slugs, living trifle. Living in this game where the stats be getting vital. With a monumental idol looking like a clan fighter.
In DC, it's hoods, memorials, and monuments. They protest and climb the White House fence, suckers. In DC, decayed corpse, dirty Cadillacs, Desert Eagle cannon blast. Watch your back. DC, it's taxation with no representation. Half the time the government out on vacation. And projects they still freebasing. Youngins need a leader. Shit nowadays, I gotta call the Macy's.
All right. We're back. Listen, the old guys, man, we done got broke away. We actually had some schedules together. And here we are again. Boy, I tell you, it's amazing. And so here we are trying to talk about our Washington football team. And I think the brothers have made amends. Those of you who was watching the live show, you might wonder if we were ever coming back again. As the two brothers was battling back and forth, it was definitely a desperate situation. I had to do some negotiation. I had to play, and right here in the DMV, we call it Switzerland. And I played Switzerland and made sure that everything was fine. So now I got everybody back. At least they're back to the table to negotiate and give us one more show.
Deacon, Dan Snyder has been involved. That's why we call that
football.
Look at, he loved it. Hey, Trey, this man loves Dan Snyder. After 25 years of losing, he's still defending Dan.
He's still defending Dan.
I'm not defending them. What I'm trying
this
to
man having
the new owner is not going to do you any good. It's the quarter. It's the coach and the GM. Yeah, the owner signed.
Who hired Bruce Allen? Who hired Bruce Allen?
The same person.
Okay, that's my point. You got to get the man. The doo-doo rolls downhill. This dude is it rolls downhill.
Okay. That's all good to say, and everybody agrees with you. The boo-boo rolls downhill, and nobody likes Snyder.
Take it to the fan. Who likes Snyder?
He can do for this team right now.
But there were some valid points on both sides. We went into the Green Bay game. Deacon was right. We kind of knew what was going to happen. However, it didn't turn out that way. What we saw was an opportunity once again for us to maybe pull out a surpriser. We held Green Bay to a certain standard, and we were all in again until the end. And so, really, it's not a whole lot much to say, but I'm going to pass the mic to either one. As I'm playing Switzerland, I want to make sure I don't make no favorites. I'm going to let them just grab and see what they got to say. We're going to close out this Green Bay mess.
Oh, man. Well, what I want to say is that, first of all, Deacon, I'm going to have to apologize, man. I can't fight for no billionaires. They got more money than I can even see and smell. So, so it don't make a difference what we say.
We have a breakthrough. We have a breakthrough here, folks.
We have a breakthrough. So we can. And right now, my man Dan is the owner of the team, and his word is law at the moment. So we have to go with that.
We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that.
But saying about the Green Bay game, it was competitive. We stayed in the game for the good part of 2 quarters. And then around that third quarter after halftime, once again, we came out of halftime and we started going downhill. And but I did take my deep dive and looked at some of the young players. And some of the young players played pretty good. My man, Davis, the linebacker, I rewatched the game. He was in the right position, play side. He came up, he made some tackles. He did get burnt deep by a tight end. You can't let that happen. But saying all of that, he played pretty decent. My man St. Jude's didn't do bad. No, he was out there hanging on for life. He had opportunity to make an interception too. He didn't do it. We got to teach him how to catch the ball. But besides that, he played good ball. So I think that the two young guys that played in the game did pretty good. Dax Mills actually did not a bad job. He's just not a speed guy. So, but nonetheless, he was out there giving his all. He definitely played better than AGG because he was out there. AGG on the second year. Oh, man. So hopefully we get a chance to see Patterson. I'd like to see Patterson get out there and get a chance. I want to see the water bug, get at least run the ball a couple of times, more than once a game. At least give them opportunity, man. This is the time of year that we can try out some of our rookies and see what they can do, man. You never know. You never know. Now, I'm hoping that he would give Patterson an opportunity this week against Denver. I think this is a good game to put Patterson in there and give that rookie the opportunity to show he can participate and make plays on a regular basis for our WFT. You know what I'm saying? What do you think, Deacon, about the last game, the Green Bay game, besides being a review game for the rookies and another L?
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, it's time to get these young guys in there to get some play time because you never know when somebody's going to go down, man. When we're in the position that we're in, we don't seem like we're going to be fighting for a championship this year. We got to get these guys up to speed, and if they're at practice and they ain't up to speed, then that's a problem. Yeah, you're right. Davis played good. St. Jude's played good. Dax Milne is just slow, but they say he runs a good pattern. But we don't have the quarterback to throw on time, so it doesn't really. You get caught up real fast.
Right.
It was close. It was close to the point where you felt like you had a chance. Amazingly enough, we had a chance, but it was just some bonehead plays by Heineke, man. You can't throw a couple of that interception that he threw was bad. That's bad. Even the touchdown that he threw was bad.
It was bad. Once again, that's the second time he did that this season. He was like, Terry, Terry, I gotta bail you out. All right.
So even that was a bad pass. It was short. It was towards the defender.
The defender was just terrible. He was. I think he was like, I don't know what to do. This is too easy. And he just had an aneurysm, and Terry caught it because it was just like.
So, and he was under pressure, but I mean, you want to give your receivers a chance, I guess, but that was just a bad pass. It turned out good. That's kind of his thing where he throw the ball up and somebody will save him, which I'm okay with as long as it works. But I don't want to talk about what we need yet. Obviously, we need more than just him doing better or a different player on which we don't have on the team. But the game was semi-close it was close for a while, but you could tell Rodgers could snap his fingers for a second and get you another touchdown if he needed one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seemed like he could. Yeah.
So our defense played pretty good. We got some pressures. We got a sack or two, but again, we're not playing good on both sides of the ball at the same time. We're coming up good on defense one game, good on offense another game. We kept them under 30, which is our number. It's just, we're not scoring any points. For some reason, they were able to stop us in the red zone 3 times, which they hadn't stopped anybody in the red zone all year. I mean,
we stopped ourselves, Deacon. I don't think that's correct. We stopped ourselves, man.
You don't think that had something to do with the when
he took a knee
all over and did
he took a knee
and Terry dropped one,
and then he really fumbled the ball.
Yeah, that was Terry.
What?
That was Terry's fault on that drop in the end zone.
Oh, when he hit him in the shoulder, that was Terry's fault.
Yeah. But that's still body and not with his hands.
But that's still we blew that. We had every opportunity, we blew it, and I think that is what it is. But I'm gonna let you finish because I want to piggyback and do my piece.
I think I'm finished because I think that it's enough said. We had opportunities that we didn't take advantage of. We're a victim of our own issues, and until we correct those, it's going to look the same. Mm-hmm. So we got to clean up a lot of stuff in practices that will translate to the game, which aren't right now.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm gonna start with the positive first, and as Al has taught me, and I'm gonna go back to Mr. Heineke. Now, I was disgusted with Heineke at the end of that game. However, as I look back, I still challenge the coaches. Heineke got 95 yards on the ground. All right, now not too many coaches, quarterbacks in the NFL get 95 yards rushing. I didn't say passing. I said rushing with his own legs.
He put Daniel Jones on us.
Listen, let me tell you exactly. This is where going into this Denver game, I want to see more of Heineke running. I do. I want to see him. They had one play, and everybody can see that was a planned run. And I was like, oh, my goodness. That was when I let off Scott's neck for a second. I was like, okay, he's utilizing his quarterback that is limited with the passing game, and he's going to utilize his athleticism. Great, Scott. And then what does Scott do in Scott fashion?
Go back to the pocket.
Stop. He stops. That worked. I don't want to give no more situations. I'm going to stop immediately, and we're never going to see that play again until game 12 or something. I'm like, why? But anyway, Heineke, if utilized in this game, and then go back to his check down, because again, I go back to receiving. McKissick still had 4 receptions for 34 yards. And Mr. Deacon last time was talking about check down Charlie. Well, your boy Ricky Seals-Jones, he got 51 yards with 6 receptions. To me, that seems like effective ball movement. We want to keep the ball because, our defense doesn't want to be on the field like last year. So we got to keep the ball. And so you have these individuals. I got my legs. We're going to hand it to the running back, see how that works. If that doesn't work, I'm going to get it to Ricky, or I'm going to get it to McKissick. And we're going to just keep doing it. I don't think the teams out there can stop that. And if they do decide to say, hey, we got to go all in to stop it, that's when the lid is wide open for your boy, the playmaker. He's proven it, Terry. And then you have one more who can actually make a play. And that is, I just hope that Turner can see it. We got to get Gibson in space. Gibson needs to get in space. I don't care what you got to do. If it's a drag, if it's just a tournament, give the ball to Gibson in space. He got that spin move down like he is Madden. Every time somebody come and touch him, he's spinning. I'm just like, wow, I've never seen so many spin. As soon as he can spin, I'm just like, one day he's gonna break it. And you already saw what he can do. You gotta get him the ball in space. Yeah, that's what.
They're treating him like a conventional running back, and he's not that.
He's not. Thank you.
Got to get him on the edge.
Let that go. But if you want to treat somebody like a conventional running back,
water bug.
There you go. See, sometimes I like you, Deacon. Yes, the water bug can do that, and he can squirt through those holes before the linebackers even see him. They're like, where? He's gone. And so we saw that in preseason. Those guys weren't in preseason. They were trying to win jobs. So it wasn't like they weren't trying to play. They was out there trying to play. And he was beating them guys. I don't understand it. That went back to the coaching again. And so in order for me to be satisfied, I got to see adjustments. Like Al already said, defensively, our corners, they are what they are. Our safety, Curl, he does his job. Landon did play better down low. So, listen, we have the potential to do what we need to do. I don't believe we're going to win in Denver. I'm going to go ahead and say that early. I don't believe we're going to win in Denver because I don't believe that the coaches believe in this team. I don't believe that the coaches believe in the talent that they have to the point where they're going to use it right. I just don't. I just think they want to make them something that they're not. And this offense is not high power. I don't know what power it is, but what it can do is be effective as it has proven to a certain degree. And let me tell you something. Going back to being positive again, Big Al, the offensive line. We're not talking about the
starters.
Yeah, we're talking about these guys. It's a hodgepodge mix of guys. Where's Sheriff right now, y'all?
Mm-hmm. He's where he's always at.
And so, but we're not looking at it like, oh my God, he as soon as he snapped the ball, they're back there. We're not seeing that. No. And that's another talent. Going back to Heineke, that's another talent that he does have. He can squirt. He can squirt past those little tackles when you like, oh, he's about to be. Oh, I haven't seen that happen in Washington ever, really, honestly. And we've been watching Washington for the first time. You can't think of a quarterback that can get out of those little things when it looks like that pocket's closing. Heineke somehow pops out. I've never seen that with a Washington quarterback, or as long as we've been Washington fans.
Well, the closest one is RG3. The closest one. He was the only one.
He. Oh, if they touched him, he was going down. Yeah. No, let's be real. If they touched RG, he was going down. But RG, what he would do in the beginning, he realized that pocket's about to close, and he knew when he was to go, and he would go.
See, but that's the same thing. I'm leery of running plays for Heineke as far as running is concerned. If Heineke is to run, he is to run on a deep pass pattern. If you want him to get some yards, run the receivers deep. Have a quarterback draw where he goes back and actually stops and then goes up. You know what I mean? As opposed to running around the corner or 5.
Yeah, conventional run play. I got you.
Yeah, it has to be something that's catching the defense off guard. He's not gonna run 60 yards every game, So give him some space in the middle. Run the corner, the middle linebackers out, and then shoot him up the middle. That's fine. I just think that if you run like a RPO, I don't think that's his game. I don't think that's his knowledge space where he can read the end and do the right play, where he can read the corner and know that slant's going to open. You know what I mean? These things, I don't think that's his thing yet. He's like I say, everybody say he's still young. He's 28 years old, almost 29 years old. Football-wise, he's young as far as NFL.
Yeah,
and
but
that you can put that on him because that wasn't his thing in college either.
Yeah, but everybody knows that that's one of the oldest plays. He did it in high school. He's ran an option. He's running option, man. I mean, everybody's running an option.
Every
you ran an option. I mean,
every level is different, though.
No, but listen, no, I got that. No, I'm not.
I don't mind him getting hurt at this point because no.
I'm just saying. I don't want to.
Nobody wants to get him hurt, but
the building is on fire. I said, no, what? I got my 3 kids and we bounced out. We ain't gonna be in no fire. Not today.
I don't think
they win at this point.
Listen. Nobody's really to this point because, and I'm saying this because of the coaching. Nobody's looking at him as a run threat, even though he got 95 yards. The other team is saying right now, Denver is saying, that was a fluke. He got it, whatever, like that. Hell, even Aaron Rodgers got 30 yards on us. If you remember that, it was like, what? Aaron Rodgers?
Because everybody was saying, was he running?
Right. Listen, but that's my point. We're going to catch the defense off guard if he just. Now, I'm not saying let's just let him do his check down, but instead of looking for the third receiver, go. Yeah. I don't want you to sit there and look for the third receiver. Go 1, 2, and go.
So, Deacon, would you say that Denver's going to put a spy on Heineke? Like a spy?
No, that's too much respect. Too much.
I'm just saying run the middle linebacker off so that he'll have some room to run.
Right.
It's not like we're running patterns to get open. We're just running patterns.
And he's a super slider. Heineke, he slides, boy. That man can slide.
Yeah, he's a baseball player. Yeah.
And listen, he slid and we didn't score.
No.
It was so good. He took that knee like skin. 0.
I mean, did he not think he was gonna make it?
I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to that.
Pylon was wide open for him to hit.
Staying positive.
Go to the pylon.
Staying positive. Listen, Heineke does have some potential, but somebody got to get in his face and say, look, I'm going to need you to do this because your day is numbered. Allen is warming up this week. Maybe just say it. Just say, look, Allen, even if you don't believe it or whatever, but just be like, Allen, he's warming up, and he's not just warming up because girls in the stands. He's planning to play. I'm going to need you to be ready you mess up the day, son. You know, and give him some.
You gonna run Fitz out on this one.
Hey, yeah. There's a lot of people, man, looking forward to Fitz possibly coming back, man. But I don't necessarily believe it. I don't believe it can happen. Well, here's the thing. I don't think Fitz would have took a knee at the goal line. I don't think. I don't think he would.
Fitz got swagger.
Fitz would have lowered his shoulder. Now he might have got hurt that play. He might have been going out on the stretcher, but he would have held that 6 points up like.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Deacon. When I want to see Fitz, it's Dallas. That's what I want to see Fitz.
Yeah, but he needs a couple games to get right, man. He ain't played all year. You got to give him at least one game. Give me one game before Dallas.
Fitz is a master coming off the bench and playing.
I hear you.
That's
true.
That's true.
He's a master.
That hip injury is different.
I just want him to beat Dallas. All he has to do is beat Dallas. He earns his check.
They go home.
He earns his check. He earns his check.
Two games to play Dallas. That's it.
I think. Hey, look, Deacon. I think the things are going so bad around here. If Fitz beat Dallas twice, he might go into the Ring of Fame. Hey, look, he'll have a little smaller block, but it'll be over there in the corner like.
Well, you know,
Dallas in
you're gonna give him another contract. You don't want that.
Santana Moss beat Dallas one time. When we bet that time, Santana beat Dallas one time. To this day, Santana said he gets free meals everywhere he goes because of that one game. He gets that one game.
He deserved it because everybody went to sleep. Everybody was like, "Oh, we lost." This Bama came back and won the game.
It was like,
I didn't go to sleep. I watched it. I was so happy.
The most exciting.
I was so happy. Moving forward against Denver. What do you feel? What's your feelings on the Washington football team in Denver? Be real.
As every week, I'm not scared of their defense. So I'm not scared. I think that they got a serviceable defense, man, but they
got a pass rush.
They got quarterback problems like we have, man.
Von Miller's hurt though, right?
Huh?
Von Miller's hurt.
He was hurt. I'm not sure if he's still hurt. But yeah, I mean, they got. I mean, Bridgewater isn't looking super world beater right now. And if they bring in Drew Lock, then if we don't win that game, we can go and shut it down. But it's like you're saying, we got to hit on our opportunities, man. We can't get into the red zone and not score. I wasn't even upset about Ron going for 4 downs. Going.
I wasn't either. That was
go for it. I mean, it's not like we were there. We were there on accident. So we trying to win. We're not gonna be just like we weren't gonna beat Kansas City with field goals, and he shot them field goals. We weren't gonna beat Green Bay with field goals. So you got to take your chances, man. You got to take your opportunities when they show up. Denver, though, put them points on the board because they're not gonna be scoring that much. I don't think they can score that much. They got nobody, as far as I'm concerned, that's scary on their offense that we can't check. So. Personally, I'm calling a win on that one. It wouldn't be the first time I'm wrong, but I got to win on that Denver game, man. 4:30. We're not even playing the 1:00 game, so 4:30 give us enough time, knock cobwebs out and get the hangovers gone, and we ready to play at 4:00. Of course, it's what 3:00 there, right? Or not? It's like 1:30 in Denver. So.
Yeah. Well, hey Trey. Trey, have you ever been to Denver before, Trey?
No, I haven't been to Denver.
Okay, so in Denver, you got to be in shape. In Denver,
I heard.
You're a mile high. Mm-hmm. So, and we'll find out if the football team is in shape in the second half in the Denver game. We're going to find out, okay? We're a mile high, okay?
At least if they come out looking the same as they usually do, it's not that they're tired. It's just that's how our second halves look.
I'm going to say this. I didn't think about that. You're about to find out what I've been saying is right.
But you've been saying, we're going to find out.
By the way, I'm always right. Watch what I say. You're going to find out, fellas. Don't be mad at me. We playing in Denver, but I'm going to tell you,
If you see everybody with oxygen masks on their face, you know they out of shape. You know they out of shape, and that's a problem, Deacon. If we get tired and we start making mistakes, because it's going to be who's going to make the least amount of mistakes is going to win this game. Both teams, well, they have a better defense than we do. You know they do. They got a better defense. They play a little better defense than we do. I think they're number 3rd, number 4. I think in the NFL. They up there in the NFL as far as defense. So. They're not world beaters. They not, they can be scored on. They're not world beaters. Their offense is about the same as ours. The quarterback. They got I think they got a running back named Gordon. I think something like that.
Yeah,
Gordon.
Yeah. He ran 8 attempts for 18 yards.
And he's getting older.
And his longest was 5 yards. And his backup was Jay Williams, 4 attempts for 20 yards. He averaged 5 yards, but he only got 7 yards of his longest. So, and that was against Cleveland, but Cleveland got a decent defense. But we weak in the middle, so we could take away their run game. That does.
I'm telling you right now, again, on DMV Sports 3 fans, OG fans, if they put 30 on us, I'm gonna be Big Al gonna be hollering and screaming again.
And if you want to see an exciting post game, you want to come when we lose. You need to come on. Hey, look, we put the link in the chat. You can come on and actually say what you want to say. Because this guy over here is a show. When he mad, look at it.
If they put 30 on us and we all got oxygen masks on at halftime.
Yeah.
My thing is they're professionals. If I'm Chase Young, if I'm Sweat, if I'm, hopefully Island in the middle, I got pride in, how I play. I'm a number 1 pick. I'm looked to be one of the top players in the NFL, and I'm letting these guys put 30 on me. These guys? Nah.
Well,
especially if the running backs.
Well,
man.
Here we are. This is a good place. Everybody's confident. Everybody's this and that. Now, my question is, are we going to beat Denver at home in the Mile High Stadium Sunday afternoon?
Yep.
Yeah, I got a W, man. I'm always going to pick my team over a team that we're supposed to win, that we equally talented with. Their talent level is no better than our talent level. Their quarterback, because he got his experience, maybe a little bit better, but everybody else, they playing backups, we playing backups. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, maybe it's a coach's battle.
Could be, yeah.
Which is exactly why I have an L. Because I think the same exact thing. What Deacon just said was perfect timing. I got an L. And I got an L because I think it's going to be, you're going to be able to see it, us fans who watch the game. And, after a while, you start to see it, that we can beat this team. But somehow, some way, on the field, from the sideline, the coaches don't believe it. And they just don't. And then when that happens, the players don't believe it. And that's why these games that we've had where it was a possibility. I mean, I think we lost. We were 7-9 last year, and the games that we lost, we were still like a lot of times we went home like, all right, we lost. It wasn't like, wow, did you see that game? It was like, yeah, we lost, but man, when it was.
Let me ask you this, Trey. When you say that it's when you say that the coaches don't believe in the players, what do you mean? That are you saying that they're coaching not to lose, or they're putting in plays that they think that these are the plays that the players actually know, and I don't want to go deeper in my bag because I don't know if they know those plays or can run them effectively?
So you're talking offense or defense?
I'm talking offense.
Okay, let's talk offense. Okay, let's talk offense. The last 2 games, I sat there and read stats. We don't read stats here in DMV Sports, but I read stats. And you can see that our running backs are averaging 4 or 5 yards a carry. But we're only getting 18. And as a matter of fact, I believe that we only had like 19 attempts, even in this last game. Prime example. Why? Why? How many receivers do we have, y'all? That are effective. That are effective receivers. We got the one. We got one receiver. That's
one receiver and the tight end is a servable tight end.
Right.
Servable tight end.
You know that, so does the defense. So we have to run. And we have to develop plays where they're thinking that we're going to run, and then maybe catch a Dax Mill that Al swears runs like a 5 flat, and catch a Humphrey, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or whoever we're going to get to help us with the receiving, because anybody knows that we don't have a top receiving core. We got a quarterback that his arm is average at best. So, but the funny thing is we're still effective. Why? Because our offensive line is making those holes. Our offensive line is protecting the quarterback. So we do have an opportunity. But going back to what Deacon said, Deacon, you know it, you saw it, you see it, and it's not happening. So therefore, I'm saying that they don't really believe. They're still looking at the paper stats. They're looking at things like these guys that are in here. They're not the guys that we had at the beginning of the year. What about our big sheriff? He's supposed to be in there holding it down. He's the best in the league. They're worried about him instead of looking at what they got and focusing on what they have, man. I mean, look, honestly right now, and because he's kind of banged up, McKissick's a better back. Mm-hmm. He's a better back. And Joe Gibbs would have saw that. And you would have saw Gibson playing the second role. And it just would have been natural because whoever's playing best, whoever got the hot hand, got the hot hand. And that's just what it is. And if you go defense, let's go defense. You didn't ask me to, but I'm going to go defense. Let's go defense. Somebody's going to have to talk to our bookends and say, hey, man, all right, now we ran a couple of stunts and this and that, so we're going to give you opportunity. I need you to make it. If you don't make it, this other guy over here, what's the guy that got the sack? Your boy, coming off the bench. When people get sacks, they might start. Why not? Because guess what? They're hungry. I don't know if you're as hungry as you used to be. I don't know. But if it's going to be a situation where we need some penetration and we're only going to go rush 4, I'm going to go with the best 4. I'm not going to have any favorites. I could care less about your ranking. I'm going to go with the best 4.
Yeah, that's right. But I think, with the way they're running this defense, man, they just trotting people out, to cover because they're on the field so long. These guys are coming in and off the field on a random basis. So they're not running like a situational type stuff. I mean, William Bradley King's in the game and it's third down. And it took Sweat out because he'd been in for 5-6 plays, you know what I mean? So I think Settle's coming in fresh and he's getting some good play. I think Allen is fresh sometimes. And, I think it's because they're running in and out of the defense so much that when something does happen, it's somebody that you hadn't heard of because he's fresh.
So how about this then? How about this? Imagine that's true. And let's start those guys. Put those guys in, let them get tired, and then bring in a Sweat and Chase Young. And let's see what a fresh Sweat and Chase Young on a 3rd and 8 will do. I just want to take that. I want to take that thesis right there and I want to challenge it to see if they're going to come in and disrupt the play. I just want to see it because what I don't see is when they start fresh that happens. And maybe, and I get it because the other team, their players are fresh too. Okay. So let the little guys go in. I mean, if they're gashing, that's okay. You bring in the starters, but let the guys go in. What do we got to lose? I'm a play. What's the guys the other defensive lineman that got the 2 names? Put him in there, put Settles in there, put Ioannidis in there, put whatever, and go and see what happens. And if they're still doing the exact same thing, which is somehow rush past the quarterback, give him this huge lane so that he can run up into the pocket and either throw it unscathed or go for 15. That's what they're going to do. That's no different. But when we get to that crucial moment and it's 3rd and 8, now I'm bringing in Payne, Sweat, and Chase on 3rd and 8, and their offensive line is, let me see. Because at this point, that's coaching. Because guess what? How many more games do we got to see the same thing?
Yeah, but yeah.
Unconventionalism is hard to fathom. I know. Thinking outside the box, being abstract, but that's what wins games, man. That's what wins games.
You're asking us to put secondary players in first.
I'm not. I'm not. No, listen. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying them dudes when they lost that game, they should have flew back home and started running gases. They need to get in shape. That's what I say. But here's what I'll say. You got, let's look at it. We got Payne, Allen, Chase, Sweat, Ioannidis. I would say those 5 guys are considered starters, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm saying replace 1 or 2 of them with the Settles and your boy. That's all I'm saying. Smith. Let's say that. That's it. I'm not saying put the whole second string in. I'm saying that if that is what you think, listen. If that is what you think, and you're looking at the data, and you really do think the reason why when that game Settles went in there, bum rushing a double team and still tackling the running back was because he was fresh. Okay, cool. Can you imagine if that was Ioannidis fresh? Can you imagine if that? I mean, that's all I'm saying. So think about it. Let's see.
I mean, I hear you, but I mean,
is that gonna hurt their feelings? I didn't start.
No.
I didn't start.
Why upset the apple cart? I mean, if these guys are coming in, they're fresh and they're causing ruckus. That might be the only time that they can cause ruckus is when they're fresh and the other team isn't fresh.
Okay.
You put them in there when they're fresh, we probably getting blocked all over the field.
I agree because the other team is fresh. But what we were saying was this. Chase Young has how many sacks this season?
2.
Sweat has
4.
Actually, Sweat's doing pretty good. That's what I thought. But my thing is,
Allen has 4. Payne has 2.
Don't take them out.
No, I'm not saying take them out. That's never what I said.
You asked.
I'm saying no. But listen, Deacon. I'm just saying, give it a shot. You can play it for the rest of this game. But if it's a situational situation where the other team is fresh and you're fresh, we're saying let's just erase the idea of these guys are better than these guys. Because that's what I'm starting to look at. This is me. I'm looking at this year. And this year, I'm looking across the line. Who's really better than who? Is what I'm trying to get you to understand. If you're going back to that college ranking, that's where the problem comes in. Well, he came out number 1 and this guy came out 7.
Well, no doubt.
That's not what I'm doing, though. That's not what I was doing. Big Al just ran down all these sacks that we have across the board. It's not really anybody who's not getting in there and making a sack or making a play. If you put in the guys who are not top tier or not the best in practice, who are not performing in practice or think is the best as far as the team, that's why you have a number 1 and number 2 and number 3. Then you're getting gashed right off the top. And then, you put the guys down in there on third down, but you're asking them to come in on a third down when they haven't had any kind of contact or any kind of real playing time and asking the world beaters. That might not be their game. Their game might be holding strong and having the guys come in who can do that type of stuff. That's like asking a relief pitcher to come in and start. It's a different kind of atmosphere. It's a different kind of mindset.
And that's the reason why you like Dan Snyder, because you want to continue to do the exact same thing that we're doing. Let's do the exact same thing because this makes sense. But we're losing every goddamn game. What do you know? So the exact same thing. Let's just do the exact thing. It makes sense.
You want to be happy putting in the second tier players just because it makes you happy because the other team.
Listen, Deacon, I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer. I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I don't have the answer. At this point, I'm desperate, and I'm just trying to make sure that we figure out a way.
I got the answer to beat Denver. This is
Tell us, Big Al.
This is how we're gonna beat Denver this week. We're gonna sit back and we're gonna play zone defense. We're gonna put Washington on the bench. Whatever his name is. What's the dude that got to play last week? Jackson or Washington or whatever?
Jackson.
Yeah, William Jackson. He on the bench. Okay, he's on the bench. We wasted our money.
They're putting St. Juice in the game.
Put St. Juice. We putting Foot on the other corner, and we playing zone.
We be getting burnt too. He burnt us as well.
We're playing 3 deep zone. We're gonna play umbrella coverage, 3 deep zone, and we're gonna let our front 4 with a Holcomb blitz or a Davis blitz every once in a while, and we're gonna try to make your boy, their quarterback, I can't think of his name right now, Bridgewater beat us. And I don't think, he did, but I don't think he can do it consistently. He can't do it this year. Okay.
we
had a better defense last year.
We was there, but that didn't happen.
But let him beat us. We don't make no mistakes. We make sure our quarterback don't fumble or he don't throw an interception. And we put our brand new kicker out there, blow it or blue or whatever his name.
Hey, Mr. Blue.
Mr. Blue.
Say it with your chest.
Blue, and he gonna make 6 field goals.
Clean, right down the middle field.
Right down the middle.
That's right.
And we're gonna win 13-6 or something like that.
There you go.
They can't score.
That's right.
They can't score, and we can't score. We're gonna have and Blue is gonna win the game for us.
Blue's gonna win the game.
That's how we're gonna do it.
And put some respect on his name.
That's right.
Not till he do something.
Put some respect on his name. He didn't miss it. It was a block.
3 deep zone is the name of the game, yo. We keep our defense nice and simple.
That's right.
Simple stuff. We do some stunts. We do some zone blitzing. Real simple, because we don't want nobody making no mistake. We don't want problems. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. We ain't playing no exotic.
Nothing.
Leave all that alone.
Leave it alone, because we can't do it.
What you got, Deacon? How you gonna win the game?
I mean, I don't see any other way.
Same thing. Piggybacking on Big Al.
I'm not counting on Blue to make it.
Blue is gonna make it.
But
Blue is gonna make it.
We obviously gonna have to play the bend but don't break type of defense.
That's right. Yep.
I don't think we can cover 1-on-1.
Right.
Even with these receivers, they're not that great. But I still don't think our coverage is that good.
You can't go man to man. Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to do that on defense, and Heineke is just gonna have to run the ball. He's going to have to take off. He's going to have to do like RG3 was doing. You got 1 in the pattern, 2 in the pattern, go.
Right.
So you got to do it. And just to move the chain, keep the chains moving.
If Heineke gets 50 yards, that's keeping us in the game. That's right.
Hey,
if it's a 3rd and 3, don't have him sitting back in the pocket. Roll the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the pocket. Give him the option to run.
Yep.
That's right.
Stop.
I love it.
I really want to see them play Patterson. Put the water bug in. See what we can do.
That's right.
If Gibson's not 100%, I mean, put the water bug in and see what he can do, man. I mean,
I like that.
I'm looking to run the ball, run the ball. Tracy, I think you were right last week, ground and pound. You know what I'm saying? And then
I'm always right, Al.
When they come up,
always right.
When they come up to make the play, because I think if we go back to sit in the pocket, I think their defensive line can make sacks on our offensive line. I think they got a pretty good defensive line. Mm-hmm. So I want to run the ball. I don't want the Heineke to be exposed. Mm-hmm. Like the Deacon said, 1 read, 2 read, go. 1 read, 2 read, go. And then that's on the pass plays on the run, and we're gonna run the ball 25 times. We gotta do it more than 18. Run the ball 25 times. And we're gonna have. I think we should go to Denver on Thursday. Fly to Denver tomorrow.
Get acclimated to
that mile high. Because if we truly are out of shape, it's gonna show.
It's gonna show.
It'll show that.
Yeah,
I haven't been to Denver. I've been to Utah, which is like almost a mile high too. It's hard to breathe, man. It's hard to breathe.
I'm going to say that there's one thing that I want to add to the offense that I thought that they were going to continue to do, but they just don't do it. DeAndre Carter got 1 carry for 27 yards.
You want to do some more jet sweeps?
Yes, man. Listen, I want to tire their defense out. We already said they have a pretty good defense. There are plays and there are things that we can do to tire the defense out. I'm talking to you, Del Rio. maybe you might want to. And I know your team is out of shape, but let's just see how much in shape Denver is. Let's get in there first quarter. Let's go hurry. Just off the break. Let's just see what they're going to do. And you jet sweep a Carter. You throw to Terry. You do a bubble screen with a water bug. I mean, you start doing things that people are like, "Whoo, man! Oh, they're not gonna huddle."
Hey, to be honest with you, that's when Taylor's the best.
Yeah, he is.
That's when he's best. Off script, just running plays. Don't give him time to sit back and think.
So I was right.
No, you're actually wrong. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm trying to make you right. I'm trying to turn it.
DMV Sports 3 fans, listen, they won't ever admit to it, but you know what I said makes sense. You know what I said can happen. It is not off the wall. Listen to me.
I'm telling you right.
I know that's right. we agree on that. But the bottom line is, you gotta use every playmaker that we can use them to the end. That's it. I don't care if they know that Terry is our only receiver, throw it to him. And I like they've been doing that, really. I think Heineke put in his head, he's like, I got a better chance of throwing to this guy covered with two people than throwing to a wide open. I'm serious. I've seen stuff. I was like, why did he throw it there? And he's like, because I got a better chance over here. This guy's amazing. And 9 times out of 10, he shows his amazingness. But you got to do that. And so we know that both our running backs, I think, are pretty much at any given day. They're no different from each other. Stop selling McKissick short. Get the ball in Carter's hands. He's a playmaker. I didn't think he was going to be, but he's a playmaker, man. The man can do some things with the ball.
I didn't notice how short he was, though.
Don't matter. He is look, our whole offense is really much, like that. But ideally, it don't matter. If that guy get the ball if a Carter get the ball in space, a Gibson get the ball in space, things happen. And we got to make that happen for him. Yeah, that's where coaching comes in. And that's going to make a difference. And then when they start to say, okay, this number 1 guy is giving us fits. This number 17, we already know is going to give us fits. And now this guy over here, 24, is getting stuff in space. What we going to do? Look at number 4 scooting. I mean, that right there is like, man, we tired. Their team is now looking at each other like, who going in? Because I'm tired. That's the only way we can do it, man.
So, Tracy, you got an L this game?
Got an L. That's all that. It's an L. It's an L. Because nobody's listening to the guy who's right. I'm telling you, I know Mr. Turner listens, and I know Del Rio, you slide dog, you listen. But you need to listen to this. If you do this, I want to be wrong. I do. I love being wrong when I call an L because I love this team that much. But I do know one thing. They got too much pride. They think they understand, and they're too strategic to think that they're going to look at some basic stuff. Is that this guy's fast, this guy's quick, this guy can catch, and just do some basic stuff? They won't do it.
Well, I got them doing the basic stuff. I got them figuring it out. I got the coaches with a lit fire on their butt. I think there's a flame on their butt, and I got them doing some stuff that, this is a must-win game. We need this game, a must-win game to salvage our season. So I got a W, baby. That Ron is going to make the right calls. Turner's going to make the right calls. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to win this game. So I got us doing a W.
I got us doing a W, too. I mean, the funny thing is that this is the game that we should go back to basics. But this will be the game that they pull out every trick in the book. Everything, because they think it's a winnable game. We pull out every trick in the book.
Onside kick.
We throw 4 interceptions.
Opening kick, onside. Hey, so I again, fellas, I want you guys to be right. But you are battling against Mr. Always Right. And I'm here to tell you.
I'm gonna pop up your record, Mr.
I don't. You can pop up the record all you want. I'm still gonna be right.
See, that's why I don't pop up the record. I grew up with you.
Still gonna be right.
You can put up the facts and everything.
Hey, look. I was right there. You signed it. Look at you right there doing that. However, I was. Anyway, look, no, seriously. You guys are right. If they're going to do this, then they're going to have to eat some humble pie. But they're not. And I just don't believe it until I see it. And I'll have to see 2 games of just, we could lose both games, but if I can see them consistently putting forth an effort to make some changes, then I will change my ideas. I'm not changing my ideas.
Technically, we're in the second year of a rebuild.
I know. You know what? We've been rebuilding for 30 years. Yeah, how long has... Yeah, I know. It's cute. That's nice to say it. Rebuild is a nice way of saying we suck. That's all. That's all it is. It's the nicest way to say we suck.
Rebuild is the nicest way of saying we got a second year coach. It's not second year. Same coach.
Stop. Yeah, and while we have a second year coach, and while we have this and that, and while this is going on, and while we have the controversy going on in the organization, and while we have all this other stuff going on, I know. Because them Dallas fans, when I went to work the other day, didn't say that. Them Philly fans, when I went to work, didn't say that, Deacon. I had to sit there.
They got the same problem. They got the same problem.
And they're just not in the news. Deacon, no, Deacon.
We taking the brunt. That's all that is.
New York beat Carolina.
And they still on the bottom.
Which means that we can be Carolina.
Still ranked number 4 in our division.
I had to eat that too. And I got to sit there every week, go in here and defend garbage.
That's okay.
Yeah, it has to be. That's my squad. But nonetheless, if you follow us this long, like and subscribe. If you don't agree or if you agree, comment, because we're here to respond. And I thought that we were going to touch on it, but I'm thinking that we got a little long-winded. Let's get out of here, fellas. Let's go. Let's get ready for Denver. Let's talk about what Big Al said and do some push-ups and some wind sprints because we got to go into the Mile High. And I say we're going to make sure that at least if we give an effort, I'm fine. Let's
Miss J and
let's
Miss
do
K,
it, man. And what we do here, we say let's get it.
Come and tell me,
let's try to get it. 4:30 game, everybody.
Just a little soccer.
4:30. That means we got to watch all the other divisional wins. But yo.
How you doing, baby?
Hey, look, we've never played a 4:30 game this year, right?
Not yet.
I like that. I like that.
Hey, fellas, it is Sunday. Not too much adult juice before the game. Not too much.
What's adult juice? What is adult juice? This adult juice?
They might need some of that.
They're going to need a lot of that.
I see the bottles. Let's get out of here, fellas. 4:30. Washington against Denver.
That's it. It's a W, baby.
WWL. Peace.
How you doing, baby? Miss Buzz, how you feel, girl? Miss Keeley, keep it real, girl. Come on. Shit. Just a little bit while we warm this pocket up for Miss Gemini and Peg Leg and Willow Road and 58th and East Saloon and Miss J and Miss K and Mike Ford and Willow Road, Miss Melissa, Sweet Samika.